Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Link to the Past Randomizer League Season 2. We've got a match here between the team Where in the World's Our Gosh Dang Bombos and But We're Buddies. I am Apathy Duck, and I'm joined today by Chelsea. How's it going, Chelsea?
Yo, it's going great. I'm here with my pal Duck. I get to watch fantallis and Voranthe duke it out. I'm very excited. fantallis commentated my seed last night, so I'm gonna follow up with what he said earlier. I'm slightly biased. fantallis is my teammate, so if I'm slightly rooting for him, don't. I want both of these runners to do well, but
there
would
appears
prefer
to
see the right side.
There appears to be a request from fantallis on his screen here, and it's gone through the appropriate channels, and unfortunately the request has been denied, so it's not going to be any being nice today. I got to balance you out. That's the problem.
It's also... I've also denied to be nice because I was a little hurt that he didn't even ask me to be nice.
I know, right?
So he had no faith in me, so I'm going to be extra mean.
So yeah, it should be. This is obviously the second match between these teams this week. Chelsea won last night. From the other team ended up forfeiting.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was just kind of an unfortunate situation. So this is a chance for the. God, what are we gonna call these guys? Bombos?
The Bombos? You need to say it's literally on screen. You need to say the entire thing.
WGD is, I guess, what we'll go with. Chance for them to catch up. fantallis is a old hat at this. Done a bunch of randomizers, so he definitely knows what he's doing. I'm not too entirely familiar with Voranthe, so we'll see how they do.
fantallis is going. Voranthe, I think, maybe is going to be going. We're at least getting frames from him, which is the good news. Okay, there he goes. We got a little bit of delay, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Duck, did you see where the boots were? I absolutely didn't pay attention.
I did not.
Nice, cool. It's a mystery. Hera, they're in Hera. I'm glad that our lovely trackers.
All right, Hera's pretty good. It's pretty.
Hera's good.
You can pretty much just either need just mirror plus mist or flute to get up there. So it should be relatively early. The opening is going to be pretty much like you would see in vanilla. The major difference here is obviously the no text. We will be getting all the chests. The main thing they're going to be looking for is bombs here to get the back of escape items. In V31, the way the prize packs work is they're not completely randomized anymore. It's the vanilla prize packs, but they're shuffled between the groups of enemies. So, like the prize pack you normally see in the Pokies could be like in the guard pack.
Voranthe got a small magic, so I think that's the variety pack, which means you can get a whole bunch of different things. So he might be able to find a bomb. I think it's a small magic and like a rupee or something. I can't remember.
If it's rupee
or
next,
a heart.
If it's rupee next, I'm pretty sure there's a bomb in like the 6th slot. That's the one I had earlier.
Yeah, that's the one I had last night, and I didn't know about it until after the race.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on the actual prize packs. I just know like when I can expect to see certain items like in the normal speedrun, but I don't know like to have the entire prize packs memorized.
Yeah, me neither. I should probably look into that.
I brought up the Wikipedia page for my run earlier. So that's how I figured that.
That's too much read. I'm not here to read. I'm not playing rando to read. Alright, fantallis exhibiting some NMG knowledge there on how to dispatch of that guard quickly. That was nice on him. Good work, buddy. This is gonna be so hard. So difficult.
I will be the karmic balance here. Don't you worry.
Just slap me on the wrist anytime I say something around the lines of "Go fantallis." I'm supposed to be being mean.
I've got you covered. Do not worry about it.
Thank you.
Let's see. Yep. No, he's supposed to clink the door. Already lost frames there. Oh, the bow. That's. So we're probably seeing early Eastern play. You can do Eastern pretty much with the equipment you have right now. You do have to navigate the dark rooms, which are a little tricky, especially on the back. On 3 hearts, it's not easy. Even in the vanilla speedrun, most people are picking up Sankart before going into Eastern. So we'll see if Fantallis or Voranthe decides to beeline that, or if they decide to like go to Kakariko and try to find some other items first, maybe some hearts or even the lamp.
Yeah, I mean, having any kind of safety at that point. I mean, there's no reason why you shouldn't just go to Kakariko, even if Eastern is a crystal. There's kind of no reason to skip out on Kak. You're not going to be skipping that at any point. Anyone who skips Kak is a madman.
Have you met Aussie?
You know, I think I have. I think I may have. I did not know that was a staple, though. That's new.
I guess we should explain Ambrosia, by the way. So Ambrosia is the rules. It's so standard opening. So you always start and you have to do the standard escape. It's a short sword. So as soon as you talk to the uncle, he's not going to give you the sword. He doesn't give you another item. But when you talk to the uncle, your sword will become activated. On top of that, the uncle always gives you a boots hint. So it'll either tell you what dungeon it's in, or it'll say like Light World, Dark World, Death Mountain, and I think that's it. It's basically pulling from, like, if you look at a spoiler log, the overall headers, it's pulling from that. So it tells you the boots hint, and then all bosses have an item, which adds some like interesting routing decisions in the actual dungeons as far as like when to go to the bosses. For instance, like if you find, like, people really like go moding ice, and it takes a long time to do the whole thing. If you find an item early on ice, you may decide to just go mode the rest of it, because you know you're going to get 2/3 of the items just from going to kill Cold Stare. So you can make some plays like that and see if they pay off, or have them win the race for you sometimes.
Imagine winning races, Duck. Can you imagine?
Look, I'm like 2-11 now, so let me have my moment of glory.
You get one moment. That's it. Moment is over. Snake's being relatively nice for Fantallis. Only one kind of getting in his way. Voranthe trying to kill a couple more. Trying to get those, some more bombs, maybe? They have 3, so that's good. Ooh! Well, there's that mirror.
There's a mirror and escape after you want to see
I know, after you want it.
If Fantallis does not mirror after picking up
the sanctuary, yeah, I hope he does. I'm just
turning this off.
I'm sending, you know, it's 10 minutes in the past, but I'm sending good vibes to him in order to. I like that little do-si-do he did after picking up the key. Sending good vibes for him to mirror. I believe in him. So yeah, both are runners getting bombs, so they're gonna both be checking this. That's what's nice about standard mode, is it kind of evens out that playing field. Okay, they can get the boots. Boots are available.
Yeah.
Right out of escape. That's amazing. You love to see it.
Yeah, I would definitely expect at least Fantallis to beeline Hera right now.
Yeah, I absolutely
the one downside is he may not be able to clear it because he doesn't have a fire source, but being able to get those boots.
Yeah, I think it's worth it to get boots regardless.
They could be. It is possible that it is on Moldorm, but the boots are so valuable. I think you should just go ahead and do it.
Boots could also be in Tile Room, which would stink, but
yes, that's true.
We'll see. He's not pulling out his mirror. All right, I'm disappointed. We're gonna have a talk after this, Fantallis, if you're watching.
But if they are in Tile Room, he'll at least be able to kill Moldorm at that point. So he'll at least get some of that. Assuming if it's not a crystal, yeah, it's an interesting decision whether he wants to go right up there or not.
Yeah, I mean, clearing out Kak again. There's kind of no reason not to just go clear that and then make your decisions based off of what you find there. There's so many checks, you can get all of it pretty much out of the way.
Voranthe might
besides
be
a couple
making
things.
that play, yeah.
I think, well, no, I think he's checking Lumberjack. Getting some bombs out of it. That's actually pretty nice.
Yeah, definitely one of the more valuable tree pulls.
Absolutely. Especially early. Oh, not even checking Lumberjack, just taking the scenic route up here to Lost Woods. I always agree with that reasoning, not checking Lumberjack. There's kind of no reason to when you have no way to beat Aga. You don't even have boots to get that item. I would much rather check once I have boots and it's on the table.
The reason it ends up being information neutral, right? In that basically the item, you find an item up there, but you still, you need the boots, but it doesn't give you any idea where the boots are.
Even though we know where they are.
Yeah, even though we do know where they are in this situation. But that and the other thing is when you get the boots, that check combos in really nicely with the Bonk Rocks.
Bonk Rocks,
So, like, generally you get the boots, you'll save and quit, you'll do Bonk Rocks, and you go straight to that check right there. So it's going to be faster because you have the boots at that point. So yeah, I'm with you. I really don't like checking it. I don't say this about a lot of things in Randomizer, but I think it's just objectively wrong to check it without the boots.
Yeah. You guys are getting the odd Chelsea and Duck agreement right here.
We agreed about other things.
Oh, what? Name one thing, Duck. Yeah.
The
Anyways, while you're
1945
pondering,
Treaty of Paris.
Oh yes, we both have similar opinions regarding the Treaty of Paris. I don't know. I don't even know what my opinions on that are. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it ended World War II. I assume you're pro.
I mean, you were
Well,
like,
it happened.
5 when World War II was happening.
Yeah, I was 5. Chelsea.
Fantallis got the hammer, so we are just looking for a moon pearl to get Dark World access. This seed, these are the seeds that I like. I like when things just cute. I like when things just kind of go and are laid out for you, and you have endless options.
So now with that hammer, I definitely would beeline Hera. Even if it is in one of the places you possibly can't get, you then have Paradox Cave. So honestly, at this point, I wouldn't even bother checking race game. I would just make a hard U-turn and go straight up Death Mountain.
Yeah. Unless it's
well, so you have the mirror too. The other thing with the mirror is you can always come back and check race game later when you get Village of Outcasts. And right now, basically the only way they wouldn't be able to do that is if Moon Pearl specifically on race game.
Sick Kid giving us the book from that vanilla bottle we got from the merchant.
Yeah, I think people don't realize how far race game is, just because it's so standard of a play to do it from Kakariko, but attempting to do it maybe a little bit later definitely is fairly valuable.
Well, especially with the mirror.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With the mirror,
okay, yeah.
Especially, you just come back and then you can check these locations later, right after you do Village Outcast, and then standardly you're going to come down south, especially because you have the mirror. You want to do K45 and that stuff.
Both runners checking the map around the same time. We saw a good crystal on Hera, and then Desert is a pendant. Eastern is a crystal, so we might see. I can't imagine they'll go to Eastern before grabbing those boots potentially.
At this point, with the only reason I could see potentially putting off Eastern is, again, you have the mirror. All you need is Dark World access. The second you get Dark World access, you can do pod, except for the turtle basement is pretty nasty. Maybe you're thinking about doing a pod Eastern combo, which is always nice when you can do it, but maybe a little too thin.
Are you advocating a 3-heart Helmasaur?
It's not the 3-heart, it's...
Is that what you're advocating? Well, I guess Fantallis has blue mail. Actually,
look,
they both do.
Anyone who's on the latest version of the practice hack is pretty used to a 3-heart Helma fight. Shoutouts to Josh RTA.
Gross.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe I had to mention. I mentioned Josh. Someone clipped it. Please tell Josh that I mentioned him in a rando stream.
He'll hate it.
I know. He'll hate it so much.
So Fantallis actually doing that objectively wrong thing you were talking about earlier. It's fine. He was coming up here to go up the mountain. It's not the worst check. We found out that Aga is indeed not required on that front.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, there's a couple items it could be that, like, then you can prioritize. I don't know. It's just, it's very, very thin. I mean, I'm also quibbling about seconds here, so it's really not going to be this determining match or factor in the match.
Yeah, I mean, if Fantallis loses by like 5 seconds, I'm gonna be upset with you. No reason to be upset with you. I'm just gonna be upset with you.
Yeah, this
always feels like the right thing to. Yeah, there's always. Okay, so there's that lamp. So.
So.
Yeah, a little spooky here now.
Yeah. If this is and the flute, that's really weird that he gave.
That was
bits of
both the Dark Mountain.
Death Mountain.
Death Mountain, Dark Mountain. It's the same thing, I think. They both start with D.
So this is going to be a pretty early advantage for Voranthe if Tower of Hera has something that's fire locked. If not, then it's not going to matter too much. Fantallis will get his boots sooner. He'll be able to clear everything out. So we'll just have to see.
I forgot what the bunny sprite was.
Is that a bow?
It's a bow because his name is Bo. He's Bo the deer from Animal Crossing. So they thought they were funny and made him a bow. It's cute. I like how he bounces. It's so yeah. Fantallis only having the fighter sword will not be able to grab this item, but he'll be able to read the tablet, see what it is, see if he'll need to come back for it. And that's going to be a big old nope. Getting a little bullied there, Fantallis. That guy's such a jerk. Alright, here it is. These are going to be the boots. Right here, right now. See?
So he's not completely out of the woods yet. May still be fire locked here. If it is, at that point, I would probably honestly just put off Hera until you're in go mode and just, it's going to be fire locked.
That's unfortunate. But, I mean, there's Hera's one item.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Hera's really nice to be able to do. There's only one item left in here. It's fairly unlikely it's progression. So honestly, if I was Fantallis, I would just be looking to do this like literally
right before GT.
Yeah, he's also probably gonna end up coming back up here to do the Dark Death Mountain at some point. So he could also do it then. That won't really be a time loss. So just just heads up, come back down.
Yeah, I think
so either one of those.
Getting to those boots was important enough.
Yeah, the only issue he's potentially gonna have here is if like Moon Pearl would obviously be really bad. He's gonna be forced back up here, or something else that's locking the rest of the seed. Otherwise, he can just do it whenever.
So right now it's really just a Moon Pearl search. We really want to find that. That'll open up the seed up. Again, we have all of Eastern to check, Saha. We left a couple of random checks like Agana and Ice Rod Cave kind of out. And there's obviously all this.
I hate to point out, but Pyramid's also in Logic.
I mean...
That will be 100% dead last to do.
That would be the last thing that these runners do.
Yeah.
If that's where the Moon Pearl is, you hate to see that. I've seen it. It's happened to me.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's I've mentioned this before. It's one of those things that like it feels bad to happen to you, but it's actually pretty fair for a race because no one's gonna do that early. And like if like someone, I mean, maybe you do that early, but you're making such a Hail Mary play there, and there's the Moon Pearl, so we can pretty much just stop talking about it.
The odds were so low. There's an Ice Rod. Neat. So, Torok is confirmed a pendant.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, it already is. It already was. I didn't realize we had a map check. Yeah, it absolutely is a pendant. Neat. Cool.
Yep.
Fun.
Yep.
You know, if you see an early Ice Rod, that it's just Turtle Rock is going to be
so Voranthe will be
stinker.
showing us what is on Helma here. Also, we'll make sure.
Who?
Voranthe?
On Helma?
Did I say? Oh, did I say Helma?
Oh, you absolutely did say Helma.
Oh,
it's happening again. The duck thing. It's happening.
Stop.
It's the duck thing. You've done it twice when we've commentated now. Twice.
Look, the last time wasn't bosses, it was dungeons, okay? It's completely different. Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Also, we'll see if they're paying attention. Remember, it's Ambrosia and not checking in the other the chests in this dungeon. Not checking the other dungeons in the chest. That's exactly what I meant.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not.
Alright. So, Fantallis going straight over this way to the Dark World. Interesting. Honestly, I don't hate it because, he sees that Thieves Town is is crystal and just wants to knock that out. Ooh. Oh, wait. That was a death warp.
Yeah.
Wait, why would it be... Well, he has mirror. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, actually does have mirror. I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, I guess to get a heart refill.
Oh, he's still on 3 hearts. He was probably
just getting a heart refill. But the Phalanus say points, Duck.
Is that? Oh, or is deaths actually a thing?
Yeah, I think it's like if you get less than 5 deaths, you get points. Something to that effect.
Yeah.
Fantallis heading into Skull Woods, treating this like overworld. Not a bad idea. Getting a key, so that means he'll be able to just go this way and check out the rest.
The problem with this in Ambrosia, like Skull Woods, people say like, oh, it's just like overworlds, but the problem is these chests are less valuable than any other chest because
it's only one item.
Yeah, well, even normally, right? You're checking chests, and you know some of them have compasses and keys and stuff that you don't want. So each check here is less valuable than any other check, and it's even worse in Ambrosia because there's only one item here. With the fact that he can full clear Thieves Town, he's got the boots, he's got a sword. Like Thieves Town is really not getting any easier. It's still 4 hearts. I mean, that's not nothing.
I mean, he has Burna for blind if things go really south.
That is true.
Yeah, wouldn't be the end of the world.
I definitely would prefer he just skip this and head straight to Thieves Town, and then he has, he's got Mirror to go to Cave 45 and head to Hyde Cave.
Yeah, I would have personally started at the portal behind Link's house and kind of gotten all those checks out of the way. I don't know. That's my personal thing. If I don't have mitts, that's the way that I go. Oh no, that was mean.
What a cool room.
Super cool.
Everyone loves this room.
So Voranthe is getting the first crystal of the seed with that Hera. That South Shore play working out for him in that aspect, but
yeah, the one thing Fantallis, because he did manage to get that Moon Pearl already, he has managed to successfully dodge South Shore, which we know is pretty loaded. The flute is going to be required for Misery Mire at some point. Flute also does speed you up a good bit.
I can't imagine him skipping it for too long.
Yeah, he'll get back there eventually, but Flute's one of those things that the earlier you have it, the better. Voranthe will also be able to just turn it on the next time they head to Kakariko, where now that Fantallis is kind of clearing out this area, there's not really a great reason to come back here again. So he's just kind of have to make a trip to Kakariko by himself to turn the flute on.
Yeah, but I mean, as long as he's in the Dark World, the flute isn't too helpful. So it's, we're talking about apples right now. I think that's the phrase. We're talking about apples. Apples to oranges.
We just talking about apples, y'all.
We're just talking. Fantallis is a deer. Deers like apples, right?
Deers like apples.
That's a fact, right? Am I not? I guess horses like apples. You know what? Ooh.
Horses like.
What?
I'm so glad you're here to provide the insightful commentary that we need, Chelsea. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. What would you do without me?
Live longer.
Oh, you're welcome. I guess.
Hey, burn bright and quick. That's my motto.
Emo says we're having strokes. I mean, I'm usually just 24/7 having a stroke is what it feels like, honestly.
Yeah. All right, so Fantallis is finally making this Thieves Town play. I think he was just looking for hearts. There's one, not Sankart though. There are a couple hearts in here. Hellway is going to be probably the scariest part for him.
He has Hammer. He'll be fine. I believe in him.
Hammer? How's Hammer going to help you in Hellway?
You can hammer the nerds.
Oh yeah, that's super easy to do.
Well, okay. I was thinking of jail block Hellway, I guess, because that's usually where I get owned.
That's the prison.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. I don't know the names of things. We know this.
No, we're not hungover. We're pre-hungover.
I'm not.
We were hungover last time, weren't we?
We were hungover last time. Why were we? Did we do Drink to the Past the night before? Is that why we were?
Maybe. It might have been unrelated.
Yeah, I can't remember. Or was it like? No, I think it was. Was it New Year's Day or something?
Maybe.
It was-
I think it was. Yeah, I think
It
you're
was
right. I think
something
it
to
was.
that effect. Anyways. No, completely mentally stable currently. As always. Yeah, Fantallis navigating that hellway pretty well. I'm very proud of him. I would have gotten hit 80 times. That thing sucks. Voranthe is over here in pod. He has everything to beat it, which I guess we haven't really touched on. And this is a red crystal. So I feel like beelining towards this is not a bad idea. I don't even... Did he check Hype Cave? I don't even know if he checked Hype Cave. I don't think he did. I think he probably fluted over to the warp spot. And then we'll most likely mirror and knock out Eastern. So Voranthe is making some good work crystal-wise, which is very good.
Yeah, up to 5 hearts for pod, which is still going to be kind of scary. You can't really make use of that cape on Helmasaur is the problem.
Yeah, I don't know how his low percent, I guess we can call it, Helmasaur fight is.
It'd be the all dungeons Helmasaur, Chelsea?
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't want to call it the all dungeons Helmasaur, but I guess that is what it's called. It is exactly it's 100%.
Yeah, it's every major glitch category pretty much fights Helma like this.
Yeah, got it. So major glitch Helmasaur.
There you go.
Yeah. It's, if you know the hammer strats, it's not horrible. It can be a little spooky, especially if he charges at you. But I don't know what.
He can absolutely just decide to kill you, is the problem.
Yeah.
Cape's not really, because the only thing that is going to be able to damage Helma with the fighter sword is spins. You can spin with the cape, but
it just doesn't do a lot of damage.
Yeah, you're gonna need 8 spins, so you're gonna either have to go to that bow or go to the hammer strats, and again, those can just Helma can just decide he's gonna kill you, no matter how good you are.
Good blind fight on Fantallis' side. The more left blind is, the better the fight. That's kind of the good rule there. So it was very nice and scripted. What? I mean, what's the hot knowledge drop that I'm about to receive here?
Nothing. No, I'll let it go.
No, I want to hear it now.
I was gonna say, like, if he went around, like, another time and he killed him further left, like, that'd be bad.
Oh, well, duh! Okay, if he stays on the left side and doesn't head right whatsoever into the light, then it's a good fight. Jesus, Duck. Also, Fire Rod is over in that dark room, so that was lamp locked.
Yeah, not a big determining factor in the seed. Fantallis is going to come do pod sooner than later anyways, so he'll stumble upon that Fire Rod. So it's not really a big advantage or anything for Voranthe right now.
Yeah, it seems like Fantallis is being a little more thorough overworld-wise, besides South Shore, I guess. And ooh, finding the flip-flips.
Yeah, I would say he was probably just going to take this loop straight into pod, but again, without really having any light or a fire source for the pod basement. We know where the lamp is, and of course he's going to stumble into the fire rod, but he doesn't know that. But the pod turtle room is, with Fantallis' loadout, is really scary, if not... He does have bombas now, so if he manages to flip all the turtles, he can just use bombas to finish them off. But it's a really difficult room.
I mean, he's gonna get that fire rod before getting there.
Yeah, but I'm saying he doesn't know that, so he may not be...
Oh, I understand now. Well, why doesn't he know that, Duck? Why doesn't he know what I know?
I'm the stream. Weird.
Why isn't he reading my mind? He's my teammate. This is messed up. Alright. Both tablets having nothing today. We did see Cane of Samaria on Stumpy. So that's good. We need that for Meyer.
Yeah,
It's important.
Meyer is basically just a another glove upgrade for being in logic, assuming it's Bombos.
And
if you want to do 6-part fighter sword Meyer.
So is Turtle Rock possibly once you get a glove. So neat. This is actually really, really intriguing.
Yeah, it's a pretty low health seed.
Yeah, mine was too. They do have blue mail, which is nice. Blue mail is a good thing that gives you a little more health than what it seems.
Voranthe definitely doing the wise thing and filling up on hearts here before we're heading into this Helma fight.
Yeah. I believe I would be surprised if after Hype Cave, Fantallis doesn't just head up to do the pod Eastern Wombo combo. And then he will be relatively...
I don't know what's in his bottle.
It's nothing. Again, it's empty.
It's nothing? Okay.
Yeah, it's empty. Oh, man!
Well, he does have now he's got a bunch of hearts. He may be feeling a little better about the pod basement, being able to get through it.
Yeah.
Again, by the time he gets there, he'll be fine, because he'll have that fire rod. There's easy fire rod strats to light up the room, and then it's easy peasy.
Where? Oh, he's gonna mirror. What the heck is this?
This makes, with the way he put this off, this makes sense.
No, I totally get it, but that's a cosmic brain play. I would not have thought to do this. So now he's definitely gonna be okay. He's gonna have that lamp. Wow.
Yeah, he'll definitely. The only question is,
might even.
Does he do the checks first, or does he just go straight to pod?
I think he's gonna save and quit, activate his lamp, maybe cash in that shovel because I saw him do a little slash.
Activate his lamp at the old Lamplighters store down in town.
I ducked it. I ducked it again. Activate the flute. Dang it. Hey, look at this fight that Voranthe is doing. It's hard.
Yeah, this is for real a legit fight.
Yeah, so I'm very alright, that's one part. Having blue mail actually does make it a little nice.
Yeah, his sprite is green. Okay, this is actually
he's just gonna oh god, he's just gonna stuff arrows in his face.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Makes a lot of sense.
That's a little safer.
Yeah, honestly,
a little slower, but I mean, safety is kind of more important.
There's not a lot of places where blue mail really makes that much of a difference. Just having blue mail here more than almost double the amount of hits that he could take. It would have. Helma normally does 2 harps per hit, so you can only take 2 hits before you die. Here he could have taken 4 hits before, and then the 5th one would kill him. So it doubled and made it way safer. But still, not to take anything away from it, very good fight. Definitely on the brave side. So respect for going into pod at that low health. And was that a hook shot on Hobo?
No. I sure as heck wasn't paying attention. I was talking to Runner Watcher.
I was watching the fight.
Hook shot on Hobo.
Okay. Yeah.
You said on Helma. Did you say Hobo or Helma?
I said Hobo. I definitely said Hobo.
Okay. I heard Helma. That's why I was confused. So that puts Swamp into logic as well. Wow, there's a whole lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, we're 31 minutes in here. I guess it's time to do what they need for go mode. They need
mitts and then maybe a medallion.
Is that literally
and another sword. That's it.
That's literally it. Yeah.
That's literally it. Hobo
so yeah,
sword.
as far as like main progression items, it's literally mitts, and they're already in go mode. So yeah, at this point, Fantallis doesn't. But they're both missing items from each other.
Yeah, so it's more like we're almost in go mode. We're about to win.
Right. Fantallis is probably going to be picking up his fire rod soon.
Fire rod source. Fire sword.
Looks like he may be choosing to
I think he's doing swamp.
Yeah,
that's a big boy play. That's...
Yeah,
he's had that boat for a very long time. And, like, the only thing so far we know is Fire Rod. So this isn't a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't like this, though, mostly because... Look, he hasn't done Eastern, he hasn't done Pod. He's got the lamp now, so Pod is no longer scary. Pod is very safe for Fantallis. There's a lot of items on both of those. Eastern and Pod do not benefit from go moding whatsoever. So I think I would have preferred him not coming to Swamp, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Swamp is one of the ones that you. Swamp and Ice are the two that you really want. Like, I want to go.
Like, hold off. Yeah.
Yeah. The problem with Pod is
if it's big, like if let's say his mitts are in here and like a bunch of medallions are.
If his mitts were in Pod, he doesn't. We know they're not in there, but you know they very well.
Yeah, no,
in fact, one of his progression items is in Pod. So
yeah,
I mean, mitts may be in here. And it may be the quote-unquote correct thing to do, but I would just preferred him going to Pod first.
Yeah. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just disagreeing with you.
Oh, okay. Alright.
And I'm always right. So, yeah. I don't know. I left him speechless, guys. He doesn't even know what to say. Alright, so we're seeing a Armos fight on Vorant's side. Gonna be grabbing his third crystal, so he's just raking them in. Which is good. You always... I mean, as I always say, if you're doing crystals, you're doing the right thing. Hey, there's a sword. Alright, so medallions and a glove up. I would love to see Go Mode mitts. Go Mode mitts are great.
With how soon we got that bow, it's crazy. That's the first we saw Eastern. But with the boots hint, you know, definitely makes sense. And then Voranthe came right here to do both. So definitely makes perfect sense for it to be this late.
Yeah, I don't think it's wrong. I don't think we've seen Ice Rod Cave. I don't think Fantallis went over to do this. I think he immediately went to do flipper stuff after getting his dooba-doo, you know?
Yeah, the doobie-doos.
Yeah. After getting his mini Moldorm Cave check out of the way. Ended up being nothing, but it's one of those things that kind of weighs on your mind. That Ice Rod Cave and Agana tend to kind of weigh on my mind, personally.
And Fantallis is showing off another reason why you don't want to do this dungeon with Fighter. You can't hit that switch with Fighter Sword. Yeah. It's super dumb. It's incredibly stupid.
He has 0 bombs now.
Yeah. The game, he also has Cane, and he could have just used that.
What? Oh.
Well, that's...
What? I don't know. Oh, he flooded the key! Oh no!
Oh, yeah, he flooded the key.
Oh man!
So yeah, okay.
Whoopsies.
Normally, so there's a key in the main hub that the game intends you to use to get to the back. It's impossible to get that key in casual play because you have to have the hookshot for it, and then the big key is locked by another small key. But in Rando, you come in here with the hookshot. You can get that key right away, and then it's a little like routing efficiency that you can do to go open the flood that door, and then you can use the switch to like kind of make a shortcut. It saves like 5-10 seconds. The problem is you can flood the key, and it's possible to get to after that, which is what Fantallis did. So he has to completely reload the dungeon. He flew it away and back because that basically resets everything, puts Swamp back to its normal state. So he can do this whole thing all over again.
Yeah, that's pretty rough, man.
Yeah, we've all done it.
Oh yeah, I've done it maybe even twice. He's still going this way. Fantallis, don't go this. Don't stop. Don't do it again, please. Yeah. You don't have a bomb either.
He has Cane.
Yeah. He does have Cane.
He's solving the puzzle.
Okay, now walk out the door. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. I'm absolutely not going to give him any crap for that.
I would, but I've made that mistake one too many times to actually give him crap for that.
Yeah.
I have zero room to stand on giving people crap for making dumb random plays. I will instead just point out all the front times you're losing 2 frames. That I will tear you apart for.
Yeah, well, I don't understand you.
It's okay. I think if you actually understood me, then like
There would be something seriously wrong with me.
yeah, like you'd probably be
Yeah.
committed to some sort of insane asylum.
Feel like I should be just for commentating with you.
Yeah, probably.
What's wrong with me? Alright, so Voranthe, gonna be able to bust out some Thieves Town, maybe even Skullwoods? It's a pendant, so I don't know how itching he is to get back there. I don't think we saw an item. I didn't actually check what the vanilla big key chest had. I don't think it was an item. So I think all of our stuff is in the back. I'm not positive, though. Why would I be paying attention to this? Fantallis just dashed his happy face right into that spike.
Yeah, that'll happen.
He just rammed it right in there.
Also dashed right into that fireball.
Yeah. She's just all about the one heart damages.
Well, we're gonna push this statue to get to the back.
Don't be like this duck.
No, oh, it's alright.
No. I mean, I agree, but don't do it.
I won't even mention it.
Yeah.
Now we have to sit
We're
through this.
gonna flood the thing.
I mean, it's
I
not
knew you were gonna keep complaining. Unflood, reflood,
the literal
anti-flood?
exact opposite of flood.
drain. That's the word. Drain.
Oh, that Wallmaster was. Oof.
They're grabby today.
Yeah, they're guys are jerks.
They're super mean. I have a bad relationship with those guys. It is the reason why I refuse to do Randomizer next week.
Oh yeah.
I've had too many bad experiences.
No, I'm on the bench for like 3 weeks because I'm not doing any of the silly modes.
They're all silly. What do you mean it's rando?
Well, the extreme silly.
It's all silly. It's all silly.
Yeah, and Fantallis is going to be doing Fighter Sword Argus.
Yeah.
Another reason why I didn't particularly like this play, because this fight takes forever.
I mean, he can pull out his hammer. It might make it a little easier, but he's actually getting these double hits in pretty well.
Yeah, this is actually a really nice fight. The Fighter Sword fight is actually kind of.
I think that eyeball might get away. No,
well.
or Puff, whatever the heck it is.
Yeah, so you actually
he's doing all right.
A lot of the Dark World bosses basically take no damage at all from Fighter Sword slashes. These Puffs are not an exception. So he's actually getting double spins on these Puffs to kill them.
Oh my God.
Just a major pain.
Yeah, he made quick work of it. For what he was working with, that was not bad whatsoever.
Yeah.
He did get him stuck in that kind of spinny cycle, which is unfortunate, but...
Yeah, the problem is, like...
Oh gosh, he's a fast one. Oh god, he's a fast one.
Yeah, I think it's...
Get him! Get him! What is... Oh no! No, Fantallis, not like this.
I was trying to say something insightful if you're done being all Chuckle House.
What? I
don't know, what was fast?
I definitely can't now.
Anyways, what I was trying to say is, one other thing I think get overlooked sometimes is just your sword power level going to some of these dungeons. Every like cycle on Argus is like 10 seconds. So if you can come in with a more powerful sword and shave off a couple of those, like you could be saving like 30-40 seconds just on that fight. So like a lot of people think of the sword power level as in like, oh, I can survive the dungeon. Like Swamp's easier to survive on Fighter Sword as opposed to like maybe Mire, but it's just how slow it is. It'd be something I'd be looking to put off.
Voranthe not messing around with these guys. He murdered all of them. They were not gonna hang out with him today.
Murdering everything in that room is a valid strat.
Oh, I absolutely agree. I don't do it, but I agree. Those guys can be meanies, so I don't think it's a bad play at all.
There is a canned strat that isn't too difficult. There's a harder strat that a lot of people do. But if you want to look it up, it's called the good old Joe Mummies. Joe D'Amelio he came up with so many safe strats in this game. If you ever see something called the Joe strat, you should probably look at it because it's usually safe and it's usually still pretty fast. Voranthe getting those Master Sword spins on Moth, very nicely done. The spin, Moth doesn't take any damage from the spikes. You can kind of like double spin him into the spikes though, where he still takes a hit of damage. So very good strat, very good fight there, getting through it. Let's see if it paid off at all. Moth didn't have anything of value, but there is still the green pendant, which made coming back here make a good bit of sense.
Yeah, gotta be checking out this this thing, whatever the heck it's called.
It's unimportant.
Yeah, I don't know. I know nothing about it. I've never seen that area in my life. But just some couch cash hanging out there. So the things that Voranthe is doing currently, not given a lot of stuff out of the way. Fantallis is going to be a little loaded coming out of this Eastern Pod situation, and he'll have a lot of options at his fingertips.
Yeah, Voranthe is just making a very methodical, just kind of trip throughout Dark. Doing, as I said, like the Pod, Eastern Plane made a lot of sense, and then coming into this Village of Outcasts area, we'll probably see Thievestown, and then, well, never mind.
Thieves what?
Yeah, I mean, may just be peeking over here again, just being methodical. So probably check the bumper ledge. Maybe go all the way.
You know, King's Tomb. When you have the mirror, it could be pretty big. It's one of those things that's out of the way, and if it has something, that's it's kind of stinky.
Yeah, without the mitts, the only way to check King's Tomb is with the mirror. Mitts in King's Tomb is one of those very annoying items. But the plus side is Graveyard Ledge can also only be checked with the mirror. So as long as you have boots and mirror, there's two items, there are two locations over there, so it never gets orphaned that badly.
Pyramid Fairy was not checked yet. I have to imagine that Voranthe will do that around the time that he goes to do Swamp. Maybe after Swamp. That's usually a pretty good time to do it.
Yeah, especially Voranthe will be getting the flippers on the way down to Swamp. So I kind of like I said, probably after Kingston, probably gonna make a U-turn, go to Thievestown, clear out all the way down to Hype Cave, gonna get the flippers. At that point, probably gonna go straight to Swamp, then probably do Pyramid Fairy. Like that's pretty obvious set of routing, really high density along all of that. Still prioritizing the dungeons, so.
Yeah, this is how you do King's Tomb without the
mitts.
Without the mitts, yes. Not ended up being anything today, but it could have been. Could have been mitts. I've seen them there.
Yeah, this is kind of what happens when you have a seed loaded like this early on, is that the seed just dries up because you're out of things you're actually looking for.
Do you know why he bonked there? I think maybe for fantasy to screw someone's roster over. Is that what that is?
What?
He bonked into his portal.
Oh.
Just for fun?
Unless it's a quick warp setup that I don't know about. Maybe.
Yeah.
There are actually sometimes you can bonk into portals to get you quick warp. It tends to still actually be slower because the bonk's so slow.
Yeah. Interesting. I was just curious. I'd never seen it before.
Oh, apparently you bonk into the portal to make so you don't mirror bonk.
Oh.
That's why I just leave the.
I leave it underneath. Yeah, I leave it underneath the King's Tomb. Fantallis picking up his third crystal, tying up the crystal count. All relatively different crystals.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the only difference is Voranthe has Pod and Fantallis has Thieves Town, and they're both in the respective dungeons now, so I mean...
Well, Fantallis also has Swamp.
Swamp and then no hair. Yeah.
Right.
Listen, I was making a good point, I think.
Yeah, Swamp is definitely much longer than Hera, so Fantallis probably has a small lead right now.
Thieves Town is also a little shorter than Pod, so it's like it's really hard to tell.
Yeah, a little shorter.
There's a lot more to do in Pod. The routing can be different. Thieves Town, everyone pretty much does the same way. Pod has different situations that can happen.
Yeah, I treat Pod as like a big flowchart.
Yeah, a big flowchart.
Look.
It's the nerdiest thing I've ever heard.
That's the nerdiest thing you've ever heard?
That is it. You did it. I don't know what to tell you, dude. When you're a nerd, you're a nerd.
You know, I mean, I can't defend that, but I just can't believe that's the nerdiest thing you've ever heard.
I mean,
I didn't even
mention this is a lot about me or a lot about you. Yet. I bet you have a flowchart for D&D as well.
D&D is just one big flowchart.
Just like Pod. We went full circle. This is good. This is good. You're a good Palda.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Only when I'm not horribly betraying your trust.
Which is 99% of the time.
Yeah. Don't worry, I only betray your trust when it's funny to me.
I'm always funny. That's the problem, dude.
That is the problem. Have you considered being less funny?
I have. It's impossible.
That's a shame.
I don't know. Then I'd be just like you, and that's also a problem.
That would be a very big problem.
So yeah, we've seen both these dungeons from each individual runner right now. They're kind of walking in each other's footsteps. So that's why I'm being named a duck, because it's fun.
Yeah, that's why.
That's exactly why. We've seen all this. What other better time than to dunk on my friends?
I just hope Fantallis hammer jump so I can talk about it.
I have to imagine he'll go around first. Oh?
Well, he may just.
I lied.
Throwing it.
No, he's just. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're good at hammer jump, this is the situation to do it in. It does make the routing a little bit easier. That you can just kind of come around and then you can just go straight down to Helma. It would save a lot. Like an NMG, it saves like 40 seconds because you can skip a key. You can skip coming down to the start basement area. But since you're going to come around, all it does is just save you some backtracking. So to actually save time in a random situation, you have to be pretty quick at it.
You know, I don't think I've seen or done a single Ambrosia Seed where I actually had to get the big chest, and I'm all about it in Thieves Town, I should mention.
Yeah. So you also saw Fantallis there opt not to go into the Harmless Hellway. You can just do a little key math in Pod here to figure out that that's not going to be necessary. There can never actually be a key in this dark maze, which is kind of funny because there actually is one here in Vanilla. But that's because of where the hammer is. Randomizer places the keys before it places the items. So since the game doesn't know when you're going to have hammer, there can't be a key back here. And because he knew that, he knew he still needs one key to get to Helmasort, so that he knows both the Vanilla Big Key and Harmless Hellway have to be self-locking keys.
So basically something flowchart.
Yes. Look, you know this. You know this one too. Don't give me guff for this.
It's so fun though. We can give Fantallis guff. Is that what you said?
Guff, yes, guff.
We can give Fantallis guff for missing that.
Guff is the PG way of saying this.
Ah.
Yeah, it's actually hitting that. It's actually a little tricky with beams. I would have just gone straight to the. It's a little easier for Samaria, and since you can use Samaria switch, I just switched to Samaria right there and do it.
I like doing the Samaria blast. That's my favorite way to do it. Why are you laughing? I'm being serious.
I just said with Samaria.
No, but you said, well, I thought you meant like not blasting it. I thought you meant like just
hucking the block at it.
Yeah, no, I dash into it and make it go.
Oh,
yeah, the fun thing to do, the cool way, the swag strat.
More of only on 8 hearts and turning down a heart.
He has blue mail.
Yeah, I just
He's got the Kajonies.
The Kajonies.
Yeah, the Kajonies.
Half of my commentary has been saying the silly thing you said. back to you.
I mean, oh, he almost walked away from those flippy floppies. What? Half your commentary is just being mean to me. This is someone in chat earlier said, "Don't be mean. It's rude." This is why I'm mean, cause he starts it. Anyways, look at Fantallis doing the slightly less spooky Helma's war fight. The way less spooky. He's got tons of hearts.
This is how Helma's supposed to look like in Randomizer.
Yeah, he's still hitting him with the hammer though, because he's a champion. Look at him go. Okay, well, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say hitting with the hammer is the fast way to do this, but Fantallis is proving me wrong.
No, he's doing great. Look at him go. Just spin him now. Okay.
Yeah, All right. Okay. Well, we got through.
We did it. I mean, he only took 1.5 hearts of damage, so still less spooky.
He has red mail.
Still less spooky. Oh, I didn't even realize he had red mail.
Only taking 1.5 hearts of damage. Good job, Fantallis.
I'm proud of him!
Way to have a really good armor and just face tank him 8 times.
You know, we did say we were going to be mean to him.
I did. I absolutely said I'm turning down his request.
Yeah, that's okay. I think he'll forgive you.
Did not give me 4 to 6 weeks of processing time. Also did not include the $25 processing fee.
I will bribe you to say nice things about me in commentary.
It's not a bribe. It's for processing. I gotta pay these people.
Yeah, processing what? Your brain?
Processing my bribe.
I gotta pay these people. Who are you paying?
I'm not people. Look.
Ooh.
I don't ask about your business.
Let's keep it that way. Fantallis got owned by that Hinox, yeeting a bomb into the nether, and it just somehow ended up in Fantallis' face. That's not great.
So
I'm trying to figure out where the stuff is.
Yeah, I was about to say we're running out of locations where these myths could actually be. Between the 2 runners, we've pretty much seen everything.
Catfish. Never mind. Bye, catfish. I don't know. Did Fantallis do catfish? He said.
Did.
In my run race, whatever the heck it was yesterday, Fantallis said like 5 times, "Man, the lamp could be on catfish," when I'd done catfish. And the best part is that JP was like, she did catfish, and Fantallis was like, "Oh yeah," like 5 times.
Classic Fantallis.
He's like, "I'm not paying attention."
That's why he's not doing it, because he was told.
Yeah, he thinks
the catfish was done so much yesterday. Now it's in his brain.
Yeah.
Fantallis making the classic mistake of not remembering that he is not Chelsea.
You know, it's hard to remember that you're not me sometimes.
I know.
It's an honor, truly, to be this stupid. Chat making a good point. Desert Palace is a thing.
Desert Palace, catfish. Yeah, the book is giving us nothing. That's all it is giving us is access to Desert Palace at this point. So, not entirely unlikely it's there. I'm kind of racking my brain. Where else? I mean, Dark Death Mountain obviously is locked by. There's so much locked by myths too. Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, well, that's what's great about myths kind of not being a thing, is that there is a lot that is locked. Yeah, so if it's your go mode, that's ideal.
Yeah, the best
we kind of want to see another medallion or 2 before we get myths, just to kind of make that a little more comfy, so we can just stay out of Turtle Rock and go mode to Ice Palace for sure. And Mire kind of sucks.
Yeah, the big thing about go mode myths is, and again we won't know it's actually go mode until we see the Mire medallion. But the big thing about Go Mode Myths is not so much the overworld stuff, because that's basically just Smith Sequence and Dark Death Mountain. But it locks a lot of the dungeons. It locks Ice Palace, it locks Misery Mire, it locks Nevermind. Okay.
I found the myths.
Enough.
So
Yeah.
we are in, maybe, if Fantallis is a lucky human being, go-ish maybe mode. So he's gonna go check right now. This is absolutely what I would do. Book it to Meyer, figure out what you need medallion-wise. I got every part of my body crossed right now that it's Bombos. Every single appendage that I own is crossed. Was that Bombos?
I get what?
That's gotta be. I saw Wavy.
Why is he coming in here then? If it's
well, I mean a sword or something.
I mean,
I sword or silvers. He might. This might be it. He might be in go mode. Did he do it?
The tracker marked it as Bombos, so I don't know. Okay.
Yep, that's Bombos. Fantallis at 58 minutes, maybe a little less. It was like 57 minutes. Was officially in.
Can we call it go mode if he's gonna check other stuff though? It feels counter to the spirit.
He can beat the seed.
Yeah, but he's checking other stuff. He's not go mode.
So? What?
More like lame mode.
That is not that. No, you're not right. That is not the spirit of go mode. The spirit of go mode is that he can go beat the seed.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter what.
He can go beat the seed. He's checking other stuff.
Because if he didn't, he wouldn't have tempered or silvers or something that'll quicken up the game. I don't know what you want from me.
Quicken up the game.
Quicken up the game.
That's the new. That's gonna. I'm gonna submit that to be the new speedrun.com motto. Speedrun.com. Quicken up the game.
Quicken up the game. Duck, there. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna do it.
I see the sass in chat. Don't worry about it.
No, I was gonna say something else. I'm not gonna do it though. I'm waiting for you to set it up.
Oh. I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen.
You never know. Voranthe might, make a little loop-de-swoop-de-doo.
I mean, that's go mode.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's fine. You don't have to force the joke. I can let it go.
But my heart.
I know, it's fine.
Where was that mushroom? Anyways, like, I actually don't remember. I was racking my brain. That's where that silence was. I was actually trying to think of where the heck
pod.
The mushroom was.
Apparently was also in pod.
So in my seed yesterday, I had a pod. I had mushroom and fire rod in my pod as well.
So I guess a little surprising that Voranthe hasn't handed that in, especially because they have powder as well, so there's really no way to save it. Okay, well, if Fantallis continues to be a big baby and check things in go mode, he will be getting that.
What is your deal?
He's in go mode.
Yeah, but now Voranthe has a leg up on him.
I know.
Look what you did. Look what you did.
Look, I'm saying if he continues to be a baby and checks all the stuff around here, he's gonna get that. So you should be happy.
But what if he doesn't?
Then I am going to laugh.
Why do you hate me? I just want my teammate to succeed in life.
I want him to succeed too. That's why I want him to hurry up and stop checking items.
Well, Voranthe is going into desert, so...
Yeah, this is...
slightly unfortunate.
With having the flute and the... it's pretty easy to hand that in. It's a little weird to have dodged that for so long, honestly.
He might have forgotten that he picked it up.
He
has powder, so I think maybe it's covering it up right now.
Yeah, it could be, depending if he...
Fantallis does not have powder, I don't think. He has a fire shield now, though.
Ooh.
So that's cool. He can block fireballs on land mode too.
Now it's doing K-Dash, one thing that I've never learned how to do.
Wait, you don't know how to do that?
I started playing this game after Spooky. That's how much of a speedrun baby I am. So I never learned K-Dash because I just don't need it.
I've been playing this game for longer than you.
Yeah, I have.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
What, to you?
Yeah, I'm so upset with myself right now.
Well, you see, people told me to get good, and then, like, I listened to them?
Okay, many people... I've told myself to get good. Is that the problem?
Well, you didn't listen.
Fantallis having Cape here is very nice. Makes Vidi a lot nicer. He can just, like, kind of get all up in this goop and slash his sword around, and these eyeballs just kind of decide to die.
Yeah, the Master Sword strat on Vidi is pretty much the same as the Temper. It just takes a couple extra spins. So you could, even with the Cape, it would make it just completely safe. Not sure... Oh, he's only at 4 arrows. Normally you would just see players finish off Vidi with 8 arrows here.
I'm surprised he didn't start off with firing arrows into him.
The thing is...
Fantallis, please. Hold on, okay.
Dungeons left. I was like... You actually do need to manage your arrows going into GT. But he is going to have... Well, I guess there's no real arrows in Ice Palace. There's no real arrows in Hera. So he may just be thinking ahead to the Mimic rooms. Because you need 8 arrows to get through the upstairs Mimics. You would need 18 to kill Ice Armos. In Randomizer, a lot of the chests that have arrows you can't actually, rely on and pick up. So he may just be thinking that he couldn't kill Vidi. He's just thinking a little bit ahead to arrow management for the end game.
Do you really think that he's thinking that far ahead?
I wouldn't think that. Look,
I would absolutely not be thinking about GT right now when I have 2 more crystals to finish
right.
up. Granted, it's Ice Palace and, just going up to Hera, but still. Also, all of GT, there's like, there's arrows and pots there. I don't know, man. I don't know. You tried to justify his actions, which I appreciate. So this Ice Palace dip is gonna be what? Oh yeah, he's still checking chests. I mean, he's passing by these chests. That's the thing.
No. This one.
Yeah, see? Thank you.
No, that one I'll give him.
Okay. You were saying you'll give it to him. You were saying you'll give it to him before he opened the chest.
Let me clarify. There are definitely chests he should be opening. Yeah, he's only got Master Sword. He doesn't have Silvers. The Ganon fight like that just does take a very long time. So there is a little bit of a balance between what you open and what you just kind of go past. So just anything directly in at this point, though, I wouldn't open any other chests. There's so many. I mean, this is such a messy. So many locations left that it's. I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, for Silvers, maybe not.
Yeah, not for Silver. Silvers only saves you like 40 seconds.
Like a minute. Yeah, well, depending if you get good triples or anything.
Yeah, with the triple.
Mikachu makes a good point. Maybe he's looking for arrows.
Maybe he is looking for arrows. I can't actually deny that. Which another point, if he really was thinking it, probably the smartest thing to do would have just been go ahead and buy the arrow upgrade and get a free refill on the arrows. Yeah,
well, maybe he'll do it after coming out of here. Who knows? There's arrows in fairy, the large one, large fairy lady. She has arrows. Maybe Fantallis will go grab it from there. Please don't do that, Fantallis. All right, maybe nope. I thought maybe Voranthe was gonna make the run up to Potion Shop real quick. I guess he's turning in his pendant. I don't think he's done that yet.
Green pendant. Yeah, it's a little surprising to dodge the mushroom for this.
I have to assume that he doesn't know that he has it.
Yeah, like I said,
he just it's blocked by powder right now. Maybe he didn't track it on his personal tracker. There's really no way to know what's going on in his mind. We can ask him. That's the great thing about interviews. We can find out later.
Yeah, like the mushroom it's just kind of off by itself. With the flute, you can if you don't have the flute, it makes sense because it's a pain to get to. But with the flute, it's kind of one of those things that you just kind of go like, okay, let me just do this real quick. So again, a little surprising.
Oh, maybe this is it. He has his mirror out.
Planning on comboing it with this. It benefits a little bit from comboing this in.
But also, you can just flute to this at any time.
Yeah, the thing is, the mirrors actually take so long that the fluting takes almost as long. You end up right at the spot.
I personally can't fault him. It's, you know, you have a plan in your mind. You have, you know, when I go up to do catfish, I'm gonna also turn in that mushroom. What are the odds it's my mitts? What are the odds? Oh, man. It was my mitts. Like, you know, it'd be like that. I mean, it's rando. So,
Voranthe spin speeding while facing the wall. Can't get spin speed that way, so he just walks up the stairs.
I have no comment. Voranthe is about, I think, what do you think, about 10-ish minutes behind?
He's still gotta do Misery Mire, Ice...
He has Hera done, so he'll gain some time back there, but yeah, I think Fantallis got go mode about 10 minutes ago.
Hera at this point from Fantallis is like 2 minutes.
If even, yeah. He might even, I don't know if he knows how to Hera pot. I don't know anything about my teammate, apparently. Maybe he'll Hera pot.
Yeah, Hera pot would probably make it a nice comfy flat too from entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fantallis is going to be just open this portal to go to Dark World, then we'll just mirror right into Hera. And at that point, it's always fun because you just always great doing this because you just leave Hera, mirror back, and then you're right into the GT cutscene. The only time I've ever forgotten a crystal and went to GT, the crystal I forgot was Hera, so it was really convenient for me. But yeah, this is probably a little bit over the Swamp Palace too. This is, yeah, like a 14-15 minute gap almost. So Fantallis is comfortably in the lead right now.
Yeah, definitely a nice, comfy, cozy lead. Unless something truly treacherous happens, like, I don't know, forgetting a key on the way to up GT. That's never happened before.
Situation like this where I point out that I mean, you're obviously rooting for Fantallis to win, but
Duck, how do we do the game? How do we start that? I don't know how to do it.
I don't bother.
Do you?
No.
Alright, Tabby Cat is yeah! Wait, I wanna guess. Duck, what's your guess?
I'm not guessing.
Wait, no, what? Don't ruin this for me. What's your guess? Oh shoot, 12 was already guessed.
Guess for me.
Oh, whatever. Guess for you?
Yeah.
1.
Okay.
Because I like Fantallis to get on up there.
Hey, this is a pretty fast seed. It could have been
very fast. This is pretty much the same.
Honestly, like once we got to Dark World, if you just did dungeons and handed in that mushroom, like you could almost be done by now.
Yeah, K45 had the flippers, so a couple random things.
Yeah, it was like
Stumpy had some Aria. It was a couple random things, but it's all stuff that was like kind of in your path.
Yeah, but like doing that south.
Oh,
even when you're prioritizing dungeons, that south Dark World checks are so like high value that you generally don't leave them. Like you could just, if you just did Thieves Town straight into pod, like you could have been so fast in the seed. And for being a jet seed, they're not even underarmed. I mean, no silvers, but that's not that big of a deal. You know, red mail, we ended up at 12 hearts, tempered sword, like it's pretty comfortable ending this game for being a fast seed.
Yeah, thank goodness for our tracker that knows how to do things.
Yeah, shout outs to Tracker. Definitely, our trackers in general.
And also Sigma.
Make our lives a lot easier.
Yeah, I don't have to pay attention to the scene.
How much stuff did we miss in this that we?
You know, I missed Hookshot. That wasn't cool. Bombos initially.
I don't think I've ever seen what's actually crystals and pendants, and I just
I had
the tracker.
Yeah, I had no clue that we even had mushrooms. So you know, I think it's okay. Well, Duck, you were wrong. Way to go.
Oh no.
Phallus is gonna be going left side. Hopefully, we see that hot and spicy big key. It's been a minute since I've seen the big key on the torch. There's like a couple places I feel like the big key never is. It's like fire snake room, fire bar room, and the torch. Yeah, sometimes Bob. I've even seen it on Bob like more often than those places.
Because of where the keys need to be and everything, I don't think it's perfectly uniformly distributed.
That makes sense.
I've definitely seen it in tile room less than 1 out of every 22 times.
I've seen it more in tile room than any other place. Like, I cannot remember the last time. Oh, well, you don't have to believe me. I know the truth.
I'm not going to. I really doubt you've kept strict data on this.
I have a flow chart.
Well, first of all, that's the incorrect data format for this. So
I have a graph.
Not helping your case.
I have a table. A table for the big key.
Check out my histogram.
Follow me on histogram. I thought it was funny. I think it's... Get it? Like, instead of Instagram?
I got it. Thanks.
Okay. I don't know. You're old, dude. Do you know what Instagram is?
Yeah, I do. Kind of.
See? The real joke is that I don't know what a histogram is.
God, do you really know what a histogram is?
If I saw it, I probably would, but off the top of my head, no. Is it math? I know math.
Is it math? Again, just repeating what you're saying.
Hey, it's in... Where was that? 10 through 13. Was that 12? I win! I did it! I guessed 12!
Well, congrats.
I'm so proud of myself. Look at me, there's my name.
There's your name.
There it is. Do you see it? I got shouted out by Sahasrabot.
Why don't we talk about the actual fun rooms in the top of GT here?
Mimic room stinks. Don't do it.
And I was going with a pretty safe strat here. Mimics 1 is really difficult. Mimics 2 is probably just as hard.
I have better luck with Mimics 1 than Mimics 2.
I cannot tell you the amount of hours I've spent just in those 2 rooms.
Yeah, it's the 2 rooms in GT I consistently mess up. Everything else, even like Gauntlet, I can kind of do, but
yeah, something pretty nice. Spike room is really a hard room, so you can't.
It's tight.
That dash down. The problem with it, you need like clean movement throughout everything. You need to like throw the pot good. You need to like dash. It's like when you're first learning it, it's really hard to like kind of diagnose where you're being slow.
Generally, where people lose time, I can tell, is that they're stopping their dash a little too early. The later, the better. The later I stop my dash without actually bonking, is the more consistent that I get.
Oh, you mean up to the pots?
Up to the well, both actually. The pots you want to like stop right before the pots, but even like before you hit the switch, if I'm high enough, I usually get the dash through.
Yeah, like where you stop for that switch is important. Like you can actually walk to the pot. There's ways of doing it where you walk to the pot. I found having a pretty good gauntlet. It's just 5 kill rooms in a row. A lot of RNG in there that you have to learn how to deal with and adapt.
Oh yeah, you tell that wall, Phallus.
Favorite Lambo fight.
You see, if Fantallis had the fire shield that Voranthe got, he wouldn't have had issues here.
I mean,
It's just so unfortunate.
it's like the most annoying pod to have arrows in because it's after you need arrows anymore.
What if you get silvers?
I mean, if he gets overs, yeah.
He would have only had 2. Come on.
I mean, you can still spin him
Why would he? If he gets silvers.
if he gets overs.
I'm calling silvers in the room before Moldorm.
Yeah,
That's my call.
We'll see how many chests he decides to open up here. These chests are pretty quick to open up if you're hunting for silvers. Not entirely sure how fantallis is feeling about this seat. Like, you know, those mitts were available pretty early. Yeah, he dodged the mitts for a good bit though. I mean, I guess he just did the dungeons.
It's looking like a 125. Oh no.
Yeah. The ye olde cold stare death has happened to
cold stare is a mean dude.
Yeah, the worst part about the cold stare death is you now have to find magic. In vanilla, there's a couple drops you can kind of rely on to get you back up there, but in randomizer, there's no such luck. So it looks, yeah, he's just going to be going to buy a potion to fill back up. And Moldorm.
Nice.
Classic.
Wouldn't be a rando seed without a Moldorm.
Unfortunately, fantallis never found powder. I forget exactly where it was, but and then obviously he had to hand in that mushroom for his mitts. So he's not going. Well, I guess he's already past that anyways, but he's not able to really fill up his health with any fairies.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is a really good time. Like, I'm gonna have to imagine it's gonna be sub 125, which is one of the better times I've seen so far. Better than mine. Like.
Yeah, I haven't seen it seed this fast in a while. It seems like V31 has just been a little bit more mean than the previous.
Yeah,
versions.
I feel like that every time though. I feel like the game gets meaner and meaner every time. Ooh, nice setup for a triple. Unfortunately, one ball kind of going off into Narnia. Aw. Okay, he's got to be a little careful here. I'm a little slightly spooked here, especially with that blue ball. No!
Oh,
what's going on?
Fantallis,
no! Yeah. Does he have a fairy? Please tell me he has a fairy. Please.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I did not.
Fantallis. There was nothing quite like an Agatu death to bring shame and dishonor on your team. And of course you only need one more hit.
Pooped my pants. No, I mean, it wouldn't have made the game. It would not have, but after saying, yeah, this is probably a sub 125, I thought I cursed my friend. I was so sad. When did he get that fairy? Where did that fairy come from?
Apparently in the Stalfos room?
Oh, thank goodness he went left. Actually, it was in Rando room anyway, so he would have. Anyways, here's Ganon.
Anyways, here's Ganon.
Getting a good setup for the 1-in-1. It looks like he should be able to get it. Yeah, that looks good. Good job. All right.
Yeah, nicely done by fantallis to get the 1-on-1 there with temper.
Yeah, very good.
This is why Gold Sword doesn't actually save any time on this fight.
Gold Sword can actually cause some lag too. So
yeah,
don't want
Gold Sword. There's really only 2 spots Gold Sword saves time, which is Cold Stare and Trinex, and it barely. It saves a little bit of time because you can zero cycle with Cold Sword.
Trinex barely.
Cold Stare, it saves like frames. It saves less than a second on Cold Stare.
All right, they were in the light world somewhere.
Yeah,
I could not tell you where they were.
I always forget.
What didn't they check? I guess purple chest dude maybe had it. That's my guess.
I think Smith's.
Smiths would also be.
I think Mimic Cave is it's not Mimic. Yeah, Mimic Cave is.
I think Mimic
Death
Cave
Mount.
is considered, yeah. So it's either Smith or Purple Chest.
So yeah, the goal of this fourth phase is to try to get 3 spins every time you light the torch here. It's a little tricky to do, takes a good bit of practice. Especially some of the top patterns are really difficult to get. And spinning a little early on that one to get a blue Ganon. That also kind of makes the, yeah, it's not going to be able to get the spin there. But Fantallis doing a real good job just getting the spins in when he can. Back blue Ganon again.
You love to see a blue Ganon.
Oh yeah.
You love to see it. Nothing makes me happier than when I spin just a little too early.
Imagine getting blue Ganon and then not going for the free cave spin attempt though. Anyways,
imagine. Hey, he did it!
Yeah, Fantallis, barring any sort of wonkiness walking off this bridge here.
Please stop.
Should be...
All right. And I was right. He got a sub 120-something.
Sub 125. Yes,
yeah. Fantallis
technically got a sub 123.48.
Hold on. I gotta do the thing. Fantallis finishing with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 49 seconds. Okay, Doc, you may continue.
Very, very good. No, I was just... I had nothing of value. Don't worry about it.
And here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, the dude that owes me new pantalones.
So, in my defense, for several things...
Go on.
Well, the indefensible one is flooding the key. That's just stupid.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually the one thing I gave you a pass on.
We were not going to bring it up. Yeah, we were not going to bring that up.
Look, I have no room to talk on doing a stupid random thing.
I was like trying to... I was scrambling to figure out how in the heck am I going to knock this stupid thing and then... And then the brain shuts down, is what happens. And then you just start doing stuff.
You gotta love the brain mush.
And so then your brain just starts doing whatever it normally does. And then your brain is like, oh, what I normally do here is I push this fun little lever. And I did.
Honestly, the worst part about that whole thing wasn't flooding the key. It was using a bomb when you had Samaria. Using your last bomb when you had Samaria. Yeah. That was the part that offended me.
I didn't even notice my bomb count.
Okay.
When it went away,
or that you had the cane, apparently.
And then I got off bombs. I was like, uh-oh. That's not good.
Well, we couldn't, because we couldn't even figure it out. We thought like you were leaving because you didn't have bombs. I was like, you don't need a bomb in this dungeon.
We didn't realize what you did at first. It took us a hot second to be like, where is he going? Why did he mirror? Why is he floating away? What is he doing? Fantallis? What has happened? It was fun.
Now, the death at Agate 2 was fine because I had gotten the blue potion earlier, and if I thought I needed to use the blue potion, I would have. Instead, I was like, let's just blow through this fairy. I don't know.
I noticed.
Get a sip of water.
A sip of water, yeah. You just needed a little break to fan yourself.
You gotta hydrate.
Yeah. Remember to drink your water, everyone.
Yeah.
I assume you didn't go right side GT to avoid the anti-fire rod spooky shot. That's all I can assume is why you made that play. I have to imagine that you just didn't even want to mess with that.
It's not a spooky. It was a frame rule.
It was an anti-spooky.
Okay. It's not at all, but go on.
That's what Fantallis called it in the commentary.
It's not.
It was wonderful.
Listen, if the fire rod doing too many things is spooky, the fire rod doing not enough things
is anti-spooky.
Or it's because the game only checks for collision every 4 frames. So
maybe the game should figure its life out.
Maybe the game.
Maybe the game should just not.
Maybe the game does need to figure its life out. That's
Again, I'm just repeating everything that Chelsea says, and that's the bulk of this commentary because she's been confusing me for the last hour and 30 minutes.
It's
I'm
my
always-
brand. Yeah.
Um,
So overall, how'd you feel? You did it. You got us another win. I'm
yeah.
stoked about this.
I
We are
felt
undefeated
okay.
this week.
So I felt that was the real fantallis dichotomy of like making some pretty clever plays and doing some good routing and then just like accidentally executing like a garbage truck. Just face tanking things that you shouldn't face tank and pushing buttons that you shouldn't push and
That was me with my mock yesterday. I felt like I was on fire, and then suddenly I turned into spaghetti. So I feel that on a personal level.
The one that was a little confusing to me is you got the flip. So you basically either could do swamp or you could do pod into eastern. You chose to do swamp, which to me wasn't correct, just because you still have like swamp's one of the ones you want to go mode, right? Pod and eastern don't necessarily benefit a lot from go moding. It's just as it's more items in pod and eastern combined. Plus, fighter sword swamp is terribly slow. So, like, what was the thought process there?
Personal experience with me is that if you are looking, if you are looking, it's just like cough. If you are looking for the Titan's mitts and that's all you're looking for, and it's just somewhere, it's probably in swamp.
Okay.
Because that's the kind of place that the game would put it.
My question was similar to your question for me yesterday. Was why did it take you so long to go South Shore?
Well, that was the best part of the routing. What are you talking about?
No,
I did say you were going south. I'm like, what the heck is he doing? I'm like, oh.
That worked out great.
It was
okay.
It did work out, especially with Hera being the way that it was with Ambrosia.
That was the thing. Was the early play
that was
very to go, clear out Kakariko Village, which ended up being good because that's where Hammer was. And then as soon as that was done, it didn't even matter that I didn't have a fire source. That was the right gamble. I felt.
Yeah. We were debating honestly whether you just as soon as you got the gloves just go straight up there. Honestly,
I thought that for a second, and then I was like, nah. What if though?
Yeah. Well, my complaint was, why not go to Kakariko first? Like, there's really no reason. It's not going to help you any if you don't go to Kakariko. So. I'm happy.
Kakariko.
I hope you're happy.
The hammer.
Yeah, it was absolutely. It's never not the right play. If anyone ever skips Kakariko and said it was the right play, I cannot. You have a different level of components than I have.
Aussie looks to skip Kakariko. He's like he hunts for those things. So were you putting off pod mostly because of the dark basement? Because you could have, it made sense, or it kind of looked like you could just gone straight from K45 right into pod, but then you've had a really bad time in the turtle room in the basement, which you would have found fire on. Of course, you didn't know that.
Yes, that. You gotta.
Yeah.
You gotta.
You had bombos if you get them to all flip. So.
Yeah, I do genuinely hate that.
With nothing, it's pretty bad. Having medallion makes it you can kind of memorize the timing to get everything to flip, assuming the bottom left one doesn't kind of do its own thing, which can always happen. It's just pure RNG. But if you get them all to flip, you can actually just go in and medallion them, and it's not too bad. But oh yeah, I got your request over here. Unfortunately, you did not send it with a required 4 weeks processing time, and you didn't send in the $25 fee, so it was declined.
Why is there so much bureaucracy around this?
the good old duck bureaucracy. I don't know, man. Look, I don't make the rules. I just gotta live by them.
Is there like a form? Or
Yeah, there's several.
does it have to be notarized? Is it...
No, it doesn't have to be notarized. That's please. We're not kind of fly by night operation you think I'm running here.
Yeah.
So did you feel like you were like comfortable in the seed? Like you did kind of avoid the mitts for a little bit, but like not too badly.
I think avoiding the mitts was okay. I generally think avoiding the mitts is okay. I think avoiding the mitts is like a pretty good way of not having to do, especially if it's mitts go mode.
Yeah, but I'm saying you managed to avoid the mitts. I mean, I get you're basically only doing dungeons, so like you really didn't do too much extra looking for those things.
Yeah, it was basically, I don't know. It was always the plan to like do pyramid and then the northern mirror stuff, and then route my way up to like catfish and Azora.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Never having to do that.
Duck, did you break the news about how nice you were?
Yeah, no, we went over the bureaucracy and the process.
Oh, okay, perfect. That's what bureaucracy in the chat is talking about. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah,
I had to take a quick dip out of here, so I missed that. I just wanted to make sure it was touched upon.
I was touched.
Yeah, I will say I am very excited about. So my, it's not an SD to SNES anymore. It's an FX Pack Pro. But my FX Pack Pro came in. Yeah, I've got it all hooked up, and it's just like I just don't have the right cables to get the split screen, so I can actually use it and stream at the same time. So I'm very excited to have that up because of the number of missed inputs that I very much notice in the process of this. It's just like the Buffalo controller is just on its last legs.
Oh, is that it? We're blaming the controller?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Every mistake that you saw, even flooding the key.
Right, the controller.
Was all
Yeah. You never blame yourself.
That was
you blame the controller, you blame the video game.
I can't believe it.
You blame Link.
Where you held down and then left and then A to pick up the key and then down and then back up. I can't believe it missed all those inputs and just it picked up the left into the switch though. That's really weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, you should replace
controller
that.
Controller had a mind of its own.
This poor thing. Anyway, no, I definitely want to like. It's some of the cases of like touching. It's especially trying to turn left or right. There's a lot of instances where I just slash up because left and right did not do the thing. Anyway,
The left and right tend to not work.
Oh, and
they just don't.
In my
general.
Defense, I guess. In my offense, most of the problems were definitely me related. On the me end of things, it was me pushing the wrong buttons and going to do the wrong things.
No, you're not supposed to blame yourself, Fantallis.
No,
Never blame
I
yourself.
definitely blaming myself.
No one on our team is allowed to blame ourselves. We are perfect.
Just blame me. Everyone on my team blames me. Everyone on your team might as well blame me as well. I don't see why not.
I nominate Duck or Willard to be our permanent scapegoats for anything going wrong ever. That's my hot take.
Anything bad that happens to me for the rest of my life.
Yeah, everyone down for that? I think everyone in the world should. Chat, are you okay with that? Are you cool with blaming Willard for all of your life problems? Man, I can't pay rent this month. Frickin' Willard.
Frickin' Willard.
Oh, okay, that was spooky.
Ooh, yeah, that was...
Voranthe was very, very close to getting a bad touch from Ganon. Not even. My pants have to be changed again.
That down slash you can kind of get like a little bounce off again, and it'll throw you into the pit.
Yeah, the most disappointing thing I thought was my phase 4 game. I was just like,
The first part was good. You got the 1-in-1.
Yeah,
that was good. I was happy.
I
you
will-
did that.
Just because I'm not a complete monster, I did compliment you on the 1-in-1, and then the phase 4 was.
and then everything after that just went into the trash.
Well, phase 3, you hit him every single time you were supposed to hit him.
All 4.
Good job.
Sometimes that's kind of hard.
Anyways.
Sometimes you do miss him. Yeah,
Ramp's now finishing with a
with a 0.
Set the timer.
Yeah, he got
I don't know.
he just got a world record.
What a gamer.
Got his, an official SRL time of 1 hour, 37 minutes, and 33 seconds. GG's to Voranthe.
Yeah,
Very fun race to commentate. Very fun race to watch. My co-commentator was okay.
Yeah,
I don't know if Voranthe is going to come in here and talk to us. We'll see what happens.
yeah. We'll give them a minute. But yeah, I haven't. This is the first jet seat I've seen in V31 in a minute. So it was nice. A lot of times when I sign for these commentators, I gotta buckle in. So
This is definitely a buckle.
yeah, this is a nice easy breezy one. And we are now joined by Voranthe. GG.
Yeah, GG, dude.
Thanks.
So I guess the main question was that the ye olde mushroom. What was the thought process of delaying that for so long?
Forgot about it.
Okay,
we were honestly
we were bouncing between that and he just was making the play with Catfish to kind of let it chill.
That's kind of what it ended up being. Is I just got all that dungeon access and just went through all the dungeons, and then finally I need to go up there and just head over there, and finally went up there and I'm like, oh well, guess I lost this one.
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, you were in go mode at like 1 hour 8 minutes. Most people wouldn't, be like, man, I lose right then and there. Like 1 hour and 37 minutes is still a very good time for Rando.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just being basically in go mode except for the one item and finding it on mushroom.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, no, there's no way.
Yeah, especially with, I believe, it being in pod and having the hammer and bow pretty early. I can imagine it does feel a little funky.
Yeah, the main difference was, I mean, besides dodging the mushroom for so long, or the mitts on the mushroom, was mostly you doing all of Skullwoods, which Fantallis just managed to avoid.
Well, you're not in the SRL chat, Duck, but yeah, he did mention. Yeah, I'll let you say it. I'm gonna let you announce.
Was it the oldie thinking it was a crystal?
Yeah, I was heading over to do Thieves Town. I'm like, oh, there's Skullwoods. I can do Skull. Hey, I should go do Skullwoods and get that over with. And then Killmothia drops a pin. I'm like, crap.
No. I've done it.
Mine is, for some reason, it's always Ice Palace with me. And it's always my 8th crystal. Quote unquote 8th crystal. I'm like, I killed Colster, all of a sudden this pendant falls out of the sky. I'm like, crap. So I cannot blame you whatsoever. We all have we all mismark that tracker sometimes, or just decide not to look at it.
Excitedly going into Ice Palace for?
That's what I was gonna ask. I was
excitedly
like, why
going to
does
Ice
Duck
Palace.
like Ice Palace? What is happening?
I hate myself.
Why do you go in? Why do you go in? Get out. Stay out.
Duck.
We love Duck.
Do we?
I would like Ice Palace a lot more if we could ice break.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Yeah. I'm not gonna disagree with you. But yeah, it was a good race. Again, it was pretty much those two things were pretty much the determining factor overall.
Yeah,
I mean, it was just such a jet seed. So
yeah, it was. It was a nice seed. It's just I miss mushroom.
yeah, we were thinking that you may have either forgotten about it or like had mismarked it, and then the tracker or the pause screen just shows powder, so you just forget that you have it. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things like you can just do it like kind of how you did it, where you combo in with catfish and everything.
Yeah.
It's I mean, even though it's a fairly easy item to hand in, it's also just fairly easy to ignore for a while too. So just one of those things. But it was a good match.
I mentioned multiple times that it was most likely a case of the powder overriding the mushroom, and you kind of just not realizing that it was a thing. So it happens. It'd be like that. Rando gonna rando.
Yep.
If it makes me feel any better, this dummy flooded the key and died to Aga too, so you know.
Those are two facts.
That was an intentional death. No, it wasn't. It was a calculated death.
Yeah, I didn't want to die in Ganon and mess up my timing on the 1 and 1.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
there you go.
take the early death, get that, empty out that bottle.
I
It's
didn't kill
frame.
Ice Armor, so my arc variable was going to be screwed up. So I wanted to optimize the.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're all nerds.
Listen,
Look,
it's all
don't make me
about-
get the flowchart, Chelsea.
The only time saves are like lag frame reductions in the Ganon fight. It's all leading up to that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, good job, everyone. It was fun. Voranthe, I'm sure you know that I am on Fantallis' team, so
Yeah.
I promise. I said very nice things. I never wished for your demise ever.
Yeah.
You absolutely can. I never wished for your demise. I do promise that.
No,
I was
only me.
I was probably more mean to Fantallis anytime he messed up. I was like, we're gonna have to talk about that later, Fantallis. we're gonna sit down and have a little group chat.
Hey, the last match of Fantallis I commented, I DM'd him notes afterwards. So.
Hey, when did I activate my lamp? What?
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, Chelsea wanted to make sure you activate your lamp. There's not. You got to put the fire in, or it doesn't work so good.
Listen, a duck called Moldorm Helma.
Oh yeah. That's what a horrible travesty.
It was a trap. It was a shambles.
They're both circle things. They got a bunch of circles.
What does Helma have circles?
Anyway,
Yeah.
They're all, yeah.
Yeah, so
Not
either
the front part.
Jesus. Any final thoughts on the seed from either of you?
I gotta go to bed.
All right.
Yeah, it was a good seed. It was just I read it wrong. Or
Yeah,
I forgot stuff.
Yeah.
So
It's always going to be the problem with jet seeds is that if you just don't go to the one location, even, no matter how obvious it is, you're
Right.
gonna lose by a chunk. So that's basically what it
Execution
came down to.
wise.
That early, the early gamble up to Hera without a fire source kind of changed a lot. I would say.
Yeah.
Execution wise, Voranthe, I was impressed. So you have to take that,
I mean,
you know.
yeah, my execution was pretty solid until Ice Palace.
or
Oh yeah. The
cold stare. We don't talk about him. Like I said, remember, delete Ice Palace. Pretty sure we went over that. Delete Ice Palace doesn't exist. Cold stare sucks, and can
Or
just kinda
go in
decide
it as a
for you.
bonus dungeon, apparently.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, collection rate only 8 apart, which is insanely close. So.
Yeah, especially considering how much extra Voranthe did. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very fun race, like I said. So thank you both. I
Thanks for
really
having us.
appreciate
Thanks
you.
for
Yeah.
commentating. Thanks to the trackers for doing their job. Free streamers.
Yeah. Anyways, I think the only match tonight is there's P Train versus Moogle Charm on Speed Gaming 1. That's going to be it for the Rando League tonight. That started at like a half hour after this, so it's been going for about an hour and 10 minutes. But considering how fast the seed was, and it started later than this, there still should be some time left in that if you guys want to check that out. And then there's like normal, there's a bunch of stuff tomorrow. So I think that's it. Chelsea, you got anything else?
I don't know. Probably not. I'm good.
Thanks for playing.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone, and have a good rest of your evening.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Yep, thanks.
That was